Hello everyone, welcome to our second installation of our Facebook Lives and our YouTube Live series here at Mosaic Foster Care. My name is Nadia Beaumont-Lockley. I am the content creator for Mosaic and I'm joined today by the lovely Debbie. Hi Debbie.
Hi, hello everyone.
Those of you who are already part of our agency, you will probably have already met Debbie, so you will be quite familiar with her. You might have chatted to her, or she might have even been in your house.
Possibly.
Yes. So today we're going to talk a little bit about how Debbie came into our agency, but also what she does and what happens when you do inquire with us at Mosaic Foster Care. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Debbie and ask her a few questions. So the first thing that we wanted to ask Debbie was, how did you get into fostering? How did you start working for Mosaic? What came about for you in terms of working with us?
Well, I started my Mosaic a few years ago, actually inquiring to become a foster carer. I'd been a teaching assistant for many years and a childminder for about 26 years. And the time seemed about right for me to go into fostering. So I made the inquiry and had my home visit, went through everything else that happens as you become a foster carer. When I sadly had to give up the fostering side of it, I then carried on or started to become a support worker, which I still do now, supporting the children at the agency, and then started to go into the recruitment, which is where most of you probably know me now.
So do you feel like because you've fostered before, you can answer all the questions that people might have?
Yeah, I hope that because I've been in their shoes, that I try. Sometimes there's questions as a potential foster carer that you feel a bit funny about asking. So I try and answer those questions before they actually ask them. That's the hope.
Well, it takes away the kind of stress of wanting to ask something, but feeling like maybe you can't. So yeah. That sounds good. So my next question is, can you foster if you are single? Do you have to be in any form of relationship to foster, or does that not really matter?
No, you can foster as a single carer. We have quite a few single foster carers or foster parents, as we like to say in our agency, and fostering on your, because it is such a huge supportive network at Mosaic, you're never really on your own, but being a single parent or single carer is not an issue. We welcome single carers.
Amazing, thank you. My next question that was sent in is, can I foster if I have birth children at home? So is that going to stop me from becoming a foster parent, or?
No, you can have birth children at home. The criteria at Mosaic is that your birth children are of the age of 12 or over. The reason we say this is because the children who are referred to Mosaic are children who have been through a trauma, and they do require a huge amount of your attention, and we would never want this at the detriment of your own children. And we feel that at the age of 12 they start to become a lot more independent, and you'd have the time to give to one of our children.
Thank you. Next question is quite an interesting one, I think. So how old do I need to be able to be a foster parent? Is there an age limit, or alternatively, can I not foster under a certain age? What do we say?
There is actually no age limit to fostering. Obviously, most people come into fostering when their children are a bit older, but there is no limit. There is no top limit, like there's no age that that you can't be. All we ask is that you have the room in your home, you have the time and the energy to give our children. So no, whatever age you can come.
Lovely. And then how do I get in touch with you? So I've decided that I think I would like to take the step into inquiring about becoming a foster parent. So what do I have to do? Where can I find that information?
Well, right here and now, You can see it on this little thing.
If you
at the
look
bottom.
below, you'll be able to see
Um,
our number. In fact, that's Debbie's number.
The
so you
number
can...
that's shown on there is my direct number, which I will answer the phone. If I'm not available, it goes into an answer phone message and I will call you back. Alternatively, you can go on our webpage where there's lots of information on there. If you're just sort of thinking and you don't know what to do, and then there'll be a chat page or contact page on there to get in touch, or you can send me an email, or send a text message to this number and let me know when it'd be good for me to call you back, and then I will call you back. But just if you're just even just thinking, you're not sure, give me a call. A call doesn't mean I'm writing you down on a dotted line and I'm going to be at your house next week. It is just an inquiry. It's for you to find out a little bit more and for me to try and answer any questions you might have.
Yeah, I think that's something that we really want to kind of say, is that inquiring with us doesn't mean that you're definitely going to decide to become a foster parent. It's very much the first step in finding out much more information, because we're essentially here to help you make the right choice for you. So don't feel pressured into making an inquiry or not making an inquiry, I think.
No.
So what happens after I inquire? So let's say that somebody has picked up the phone, or they've sent us an email, they've sent us an inquiry. What happens next?
You'll get a phone call from me, and what I try and do is tell you, not go into too much depth because it is just an initial inquiry, but tell you a little bit about our agency, a little bit about how we work, and then ask you if you've got any questions. Obviously tell you what the criteria is to make sure it's, you know, to make sure you know what you're looking for. There's so many different types of fostering as well, like emergency, short term. So it's like to gauge whether we are the right company or agency for you, as well as us, you know, for you. But if with any little question you might have, you thought, oh, I've been thinking about it, but I need to know this, that's the initial inquiry. From there, once we've had our little chat, I can either call you back or you can call me back, or if you already know there and then, we will book in for me to come and visit you at home, initial home visit. And that's convenient. Like, obviously if you're a partner in a relationship, then the partner has to be there as well. I then come to visit you. We've got like an initial inquiry form that we complete. It's to find out a little bit about your history, your background, about your children, what they're up to, if you've got any. It's also for me to obviously go into a lot more depth about our agency, about our children, about the process. Obviously when we get talking, lots of other things might come up, and we cover quite a few things. From the home visit, I then write out a report that goes up to my manager, who then says if they think that you would be able to apply, and in that time you also decide yourself if it is the right thing for you. So before then, there's nothing's done, nothing, you know, it could just all end. You could say, I've had to think about it, don't think it's right for me, thank you very much, and that's it. But if you want to apply, and we say you can apply, there's an online application form, and it goes from there.
So once you've filled out your application form, what happens next?
When you filled in your application form, you will be invited to a Skills to Foster, which is over 3 Saturdays, which is a requirement as fostering. So wherever you fostered, you would all have to do a Skills to Foster.
And is that training, or what does that mean?
It's the first form of training that you would do as a foster carer. We do it very quickly after you apply, because it goes into a lot more depth about the children, how they may be because of the trauma they've been through. You'll work through little scenarios, what actual foster parenting might entail, and the idea is to really cement with you that you are doing something it really is what you want to do. We don't want to take you too long down the process if you're going to change your mind. So it's you can still, at the end of Skills to Foster, say, no, I've thought about it more. This isn't the right thing for me. We haven't done too much at our end before you've got to that stage.
Wonderful, thank you. And as always, if there's anything else that you want to know about the kind of process of fostering, do head over to our website, which is www.mosaicfostercare.com. We have our FAQ page, which goes into quite a lot of detail about what happens when you inquire, what the next steps are. So if you're looking for more information about that, it's a really good resource. And also we have our blog. There is a section on there about panel and about applying to foster and all of those kinds of things, so you can check that out as well. Which brings me nicely onto my next question, which is what happens at panel. So for me, when I first started working at this agency, I'd only ever seen panel on TV or on movies, and it's always portrayed as something quite stressful and quite intense. And the first panel I sat in, I was so interested to know that it's not really the way that it's portrayed, I don't think, on telly. So what do you think happens at panel, and why do we have panel?
Right, well, panel is the very end of this journey of becoming a foster parent. The panel are professional people that sit and decide, whether you're going to make a good foster parent. They've obviously read through your Form F, which is your assessment, and all the references and everything. They might want to ask a few questions. You go to panel, you'll be sitting with your the person who did your assessment. So you'll be sitting with someone that you actually got quite friendly with. When you come to panel, I'm normally there just to greet you. I don't actually come into panel. But the people are really lovely. No matter how much I tell you not to worry about it, you will. So there's no point me saying that.
Yeah.
It's quite daunting. I went through it myself, and you do think, oh no, but the people, they really put you at ease really, really quickly. And and it is just the end, the last bit of that journey to be, yes, I'm a foster carer.
We hope that helps you to feel a little bit less nervous about it. If you were sitting on the fence, but you were maybe feeling really anxious about having to go to panel, hopefully that makes you feel a bit better. So the last question that I have for you, Debs, is what do you love about working for Mosaic? Bit of a big one.
Well, I love working at Mosaic because I'm really passionate about foster parenting and the children. All the children are absolutely amazing. They've all been through trauma, even some really significant trauma, but to see them progress, how they change while they're with us, it's just absolutely amazing, and we are all so proud of the children that we have with us, and they never end surprising us with the things they do. So I can't recommend it enough. And I've quite passionate about being a recruiter because I have been on the other side, and I know that exactly what Mosaic says to you, they do. I can't emphasize that enough. So yeah, come give me a call.
Ah, I like that. So yeah, as Debbie says, if you're thinking about becoming a foster parent, even if you just want to discuss what being a foster parent is like and what being a foster parent in a therapeutic agency is like, then just give us a call. We're all very nice and we can answer any questions that you might have. I think another thing to say is that no question is too small. So I feel like maybe people might be nervous about some things, but we are more than happy to talk about anything, pretty much. Nothing's off record, is it?
No. Whether I can answer all those funny questions, I don't know. Yeah. I will try.
That's all that I have for the lovely Debbie at the minute. It doesn't look like we've had any comments as of yet, but if you would like to get in contact, then please do visit us on our website or send Debbie a text. That's all from us here at Mosaic Foster Care. We hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will be coming live again very soon. I've got a very exciting guest, which will be revealed soon. So keep those eyes peeled. It's goodbye from us for now.
Bye.
Bye.